Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Planescape Torment. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that she chose to join me today here in the presence of Ravel Puzzlewell. She is asking us questions this time. Well, she hasn't asked us a question yet, but she will. She's saying that we need to answer her questions before she will answer ours. And I didn't actually beg last episode, so she would tell me who the man I was before. So I think we're still in the black right now. I don't want to beg her because I don't know her nature. I don't know what she is. People keep telling me that I should be afraid. So all the choices that seem innocuous enough, like begging, but that at the same time would be kind of irrelevant because the writer is doing a very, very conscious choice by writing the begging bit. It seems innocuous, but I'm not gonna go with those. So yeah, I'm treading lightly, and she's saying exactly that. I didn't mean for it to. She's saying step lightly, yeah. I didn't mean for it to connect, but it is. I'm treading lightly on with my choices, so I'm gonna have to tread lightly here as well with my answers. Ask your questions, Ravel. I would know why you traveled here with these others, not the place they were traveling to. What? No, not the place they were. What do you mean? Oh, she's asking me if I don't know the place they were traveling to before. They chose to walk this path with me. Choose? Ha, a dangerous word. Is it so? Yes. Yes? Ravel throws a black-veined glance at Dakon, her voice like an arrow. Is it choice, Gith? Is it? Or is it a matter of two skies? Dakon's blade bleeds with a vicious dead black, mirroring his eyes, and to your surprise, the Karak edge silently splits into jagged fangs. Ravel, leave him be. I will answer your questions, not them. Ravel turns to Mort. Skull, skull, skull. Ravel clicks her tongue after each word, and her smile widens. Your expression is difficult to read without the skin wrapping, but I feel your fear from there. Coming here was not your choice. Oh, it was. Well, I didn't have anything better to do except go to one of the ladies' mazes and meet one of the evilest creatures ever to set foot in Sigil, so I said sure, why not? Morty, be quiet. Revel, Be quiet? Mort clacks his teeth. Like the hells I will. I think we've listened to this crone rattle her bone box enough, and now she's got some bear of stone saying I haven't got any skin? So what if I don't? Obviously, the fact she has skin has done wonders for her looks. Does she think I like being naked all the time? And then another thing. Morty, get it out. Revel, look. This succubus, Revel squints. Did she have a choice? Mayhap in her smooth-skinned mind of soft silks and hard truths. Maybe choice. But no. A sensate must experience all, and to refuse to come, not a sensate would you be. Still no choice. Okay, so let me just point this out. Ravel is entitled to her own thing, but I hope the game doesn't try to twist this. She's entitled to her own opinion. I hope the game doesn't try to twist this flawed logic on me. If you want to know if these guys had a choice, first thing you ask with everything, the first thing you need to do is to define choice. So the way she is defining choice is that choice doesn't exist, which is fair to say. But this is the definition of, well, the traditional definition of choice is when something happens to you where a possibility is presented to you. It's very much conditioned, and very much, usually, in these cases, it might be even a choice between dying and just doing whatever they ended up doing. But that's still a choice. That's still very much a choice. Everybody has a choice all the time. And it sucks that they don't have more all the time. Because, well, a lot of time, a lot of people do bad choices. But so if they had more choices, things would be better for sure. But that's not how logic works. Because cause and effect. But yeah, enough of this. And she's gonna go through all of them. The tiefling, the fiery one. Ravel cackles softly, and her eyes kindle as if amused. No choice at all. When you feel instead of think, there is little room for choice. Well, you could argue that that's the only time you have a choice. When you think you don't. Anna makes no response. Ravel's mere presence seems to have silenced her. Her tail has stopped flicking, however, and her eyes have lost their hard edge. Enough of this, Ravel. What other questions did you have? Shh. There will be time enough for you to speak, my precious man. I've been speaking all along. Shut up. Ravel taps a talon against one of her yellow tusks. This question next. What do you feel for these that have come with you? Do they matter in your heart? She smiles, black veins dancing in her eyes. Or are they tools for your will? They matter to me. Even the Gith? Ravel's ember gaze falls on Dakon, then slides off to lock with your eyes again. She speak what he means to you, and say it true, or blanketing my garden he will be. Okay, well, I can only say it true right now. Let's see what he means to me. He's my ally. I know him. He is my friend. Okay. I don't really care about him one way or the other. Oftentimes he angers me. No, he's silent on many things. I don't trust him yet. He seems trustworthy enough. He's loyal, and he fought by my side bravely. That sounds like a... Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, he seems trustworthy enough. He's loyal, and he fought... Excuse hiccup. He fought by my side bravely. Ah... Ravel nods. Then she smiles again, her talons tapping against each other. Does that surprise you? Surprise you? What of the skull? Ravel doesn't even bother to look at Mort. Surely he matters not to one such as you. Or does he? I don't know enough about Morty yet to say. Curious, sir. Curious, her. Ravel smiles. Quite the puzzle box you are shaping up to be. What else lurks in the dark places of your mind? I hide nothing. Ah, Ravel's voice takes on a threatening weight, and she turns to fall from grace, her red eyes blazing. And here is the core of it, the abyssal temptress. Does she rise above the merely carnal to you, or is she something else in your eyes? Grace says nothing. She seems to be studying Ravel intently. You are suddenly struck with the feeling Grace is sizing up Ravel for weaknesses. Ravel turns back to you, cackling her yellow tusks as if in anticipation. Speak, precious man, but have a care where your words fall. Let's see. She has her uses, nothing more. Let's go with this. I like her. She has many good qualities. I consider her a friend. Ravel slides her gaze off of you and narrows her eyes at Grace. Enough of these games, Ravel. Look. Ravel turns, clacks her tusks, then glances at Hannah with a sneer. And what of this sleep of flesh? The fiendling, the tiefling with the scarlet hair and the fiery passion. What is she to you, my precious men? Let's see. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of nuance here. So, yeah, I like her company. I consider her my friend. Ravel glances at Hannah, then snorts, her black-veined eyes gleaming. So be it. Enough of these games, Ravel. My next question is this. Ravel's voice drops, almost whispering, and suddenly you have a strange feeling that she does not want to hear the answer. Why did you wait so long to return to me? Ravel grew lonely without you, precious man. Well, the way to this place is difficult, Ravel. Is the way so hard? A hint of a smile plays on the corners of her mouth. Then your visit is precious, and I give thanks. Well, I suppose that's nice. Have you another question for me? Ah, yes, the third and last question is this. As Ravel opens her mouth to speak her final question, you are suddenly gripped with the terrible realization that this final question has murdered many others to whom it has been asked. You know what it is, and you feel it welling up within you. You feel compelled to ask it. I can't choose not to do it, but I'm gonna do that. What can change the nature of a man?
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
That's not the answer.
What can change the nature of a man?
I see you have not forgotten. Ravel smiles, her yellowed fangs gleaming. What is the answer? Oh. Oh. I don't know. Well, let's look at it. Look at it objectively. If I say I don't know, that's true. But then again, all of these are technically true in the sense that it is my what I say. So in the sense that it's what I believe. So if saying I don't know really is not the answer, that's not the answer. No more than these would be the answers all at the same time. So it's just what I say. So the truth there doesn't really matter. That's not what she wants. She wants the answer. She doesn't want I don't know. So moving on. Love. Can love change the nature of a man? I don't think it's been touched on thematically in this game. There's been a few allusions to love here and there, but not too much. Not family love, not carnal love, not well, I guess Morte he does have his quips. Not like passionate love or anything like that. So I would say that's neither here nor there. It's just like a fart, basically. Just whatever. Hatred can change the nature of man. This is of a man, I suppose. Hatred is a very, very powerful. It's usually in fiction a lot as a powerful motivator. Precisely, even when love is in question, precisely because it is so powerful for character changing and character progression. Power can change the nature of a man. I think less than hatred, but it still can, which makes me think that maybe hatred is not the answer. If the same way of looking at it leads me to saying yes to both of these questions. Greed doesn't. I don't think greed can change the nature of a man because it's already part of that man's. It's already part of the nature. Much like love, I think it would be. I would say that's the reason why I don't think love can change the. Or another reason why I don't think love is the answer. So this one is not. Betrayal. No. It doesn't change your nature. That's what happens to you, right? Hatred it's more. Hatred doesn't happen to you. I mean, hatred can happen to you, of course, if you're hated. But the hatred that does change you is the hatred that you gain, and that's not part of you. That can grow with you, but it's not part of you innately. Whereas betrayal is not. This. I mean, what right? It's staring me right in the face. It's been staring me right in the face. There's a lot of interesting answers over here. Suffering. Again, that has the same thing as betrayal. You. Death. And that is your answer? The veins in Ravel's eyes begin to shift slightly and she gives an evil smile. Be certain before you say. It may not be your answer, but it is my answer. And that is all I wished for, my precious man. Ravel's smile relaxes. A simple answer, and in the end... No, she says, a simple answer, and in the end, many are the men have I laid low while they sought my answer. Is that it? This is very much what I think. This is my personal reaction. But I can't. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna go with that. That's it. I thought. Revel cackles. Countless times has the question been asked, and not once did the pathetic shells who came before me answered with their answer, but I always sought to creep inside my mind and find what I thought. There's no truth in that. Well, it's not about the truth. It's about what you said before. Speak truth about what you feel about these people. it's the same sort of answer, same sort of question, and the same sort of answer that you're looking for. But I believe her. I believe her, but my character doesn't for some reason. I don't believe you. In fact, I don't think they ever could have answered you true, even if it was true to them. Revel falls suddenly, strangely silent. She's watching warily. You never cared about any answer other than mine. Ever, did you? Yet still you asked the question, knowing that no matter what the answer they gave, they would die by your hand. That
Updated my
seems
journal.
like a better explanation. She hisses. Of course your answer was the only one I sought, for you were the only reason I asked the question. Did you think I cared for them? Did you think I even cared for a fraction of the amount for them that I cared for you, my precious man? Answer me that. Is she Dionara? No. It's sort of a... She might not be talking about the same sort of caring, but it could be just a love triangle or something like that. I'm through answering your questions, Revel. Now we'll answer mine. Of course. Ever questions, ever questions. I have some questions about you, Revel. Yes? Ask your questions about Revel, my precious man. Revel, who are you? Where did you come from? I? Revel am I, a maker and breaker of puzzles, a solver of what cannot be solved, a mind raveling and unraveling until the threads of thought are tied up like knots in a drunken man's hair. Revel picks at one of her jagged gray hairs, wrapping it around her finger. It is enough it is. Yeah, but what are you? Some have called you a night hag, whatever that is. Night hag? Revel gives a ghastly smile, her yellow teeth like needles. I am but a woman who has sorely missed their beloved creation. Some have named me crone, grey lady, Yaga sister, night hag, but myself is my name. Ravel who puzzles well, providing conundrums to decipher and laying impossibilities low. But... Many things are said about we grey ladies. A race are we night hags, but an individual am I. Some call us evil of old, stalkers of mortal dreams, the kindly ones, ugly, hideous things whose homes lie in the dark places of men's minds. Ravel's eyes narrow to reddish sparks. But that means nothing to me. What would one such as you call one such as I, pretty thing? I would say all descriptions are all correct. So they are, but they are not your answer. Tsk. I withdraw the question, O discreet one. No more shall we speak of this. Okay. What is this place? Revel gestures around her. Once a maze of lifeless stones it was, featureless, but a small black seed was wound in my hair when I came to this place, and it grew strong amongst the stone, flourishing until it ran thick throughout the maze like the unraveling hair of a crone, and so this maze of another becomes my garden. That's interesting. Why were you imprisoned here? I tried to help a lady, and a kindly she did not take to it. The Lady of Pain. You tried to help her? Asks Fall from Grace. My offering of help was unwelcome. I tried to set her free. Sigil is the cage. A city of doors and locks is a prison for her. It mustn't it be? Why else call the city of Sigil the cage? And who is caged? The lady. A prison so small for one so great. Unjustness, wrongness, intolerable to torment a woman thusly. I think I must... Oh, that's Morte talking. I think I must know who should be in a cage. Well, I think I know who should be in a cage, he says. I tried to break the cage, let the lady go free. She makes a shooing motion, her expression becoming pained as she scatters the invisible birds. Shoo, shoo, oh pained woman. Let Sigil's ring be broken so you might fly far from its filthy streets and the stupid dabbas that dare not speak in words for fear their thoughts would be overheard. Ravel's hand slowly stops their shooing motion and she gives a slow sigh. Before I could finish, I found myself here, and my memory's none the better for the trip. Much has slipped away, much forgotten, yes, it was. Was? Revel smiles with her yellow teeth. The dwindling of memory has become a comfort to these old bones. Much have I forgotten. I am fortunate in that I still remember you. Revel, but why did you try to free the Lady of Pain from
Updated
Sigil?
my journal.
Revel's voice drops, almost reprimanding. I resent anyone, even a power, being imprisoned and think that everyone, whether stones, shores, or quiet-bladed ladies, should be free. Some have said more fool I. Why risk such a thing? They said. Is that what you were trying to do when I met you so long ago? Were you trying to set me free? Quite possibly quite. Life's a chain, and fear of death may have gripped too tightly on the man I knew. Knew? Knew then. Revel picks at one of her jagged gray hairs, wrapping it around her finger. Not liking for chains and cages does Revel have. So I was caged somehow. Or chained? It sounds to me as if your memory is stirring, Revel. Yes, Revel blinks for a moment, and her black-veined eyes become duller as if she has been stuck with a heavy weapon. Her talon tightens around her gray hair, so tightly it looks like she's about to tear it from her skull. Mayhap you were trapped, but it was no normal cage that held you. Do you have any idea what held me?
Updated my journal.
Revel looks confused and her face twists, as if she is fighting an unpleasant thought. I have forgotten. Mayhap a promise? No. Her finger tightens around her gray hair, and to your surprise, there is a snap like a twig breaking, and Revel tears the hair from her head. A trickle of black blood warms from beneath her skull cap, and she hisses in anger. Revel, are you all right? No more, will I say? Revel's face wrinkles in pain. The talon covered with the blood-tipped gray hair, even plucked from her head, it looks jagged and stiff. I do not know, and not knowing shall I share. She stares down at the gray hair wrapped around her talon, and then she hisses and flicks it to you. Take this, and leave the past where it lies, half-man. Very well, Revel. And there is nothing more to be said on the matter. I had other questions, though. The legends claim you are a powerful mage, Revel. Can you teach me some of the art? Revel frowns disapprovingly, her bluish skin twisting like a rag. Does Revel know the art? Is your mind gone away of the mortality a thing all up and lost? I have forgotten more of the art than you shall. And she jabs you with one of her talons. Ever? She jabs you again. No. Well, yeah, so can you teach me some of the art? Revel narrows her black-veined eyes, studying you. Mayhap I could be persuaded by one such as you, though any other would not have such a chance, nor the boon I offer. Are you a rudimentary student in the arts I am facing or am I facing a tried, true and tired master? I don't know. Yeah, I master in the arts. Very well, Revel voice changes, alternating in pitch like someone plucking a stringed instrument. Much have I learned tending this garden, charms and incantations distilled from the barbs, and she begins to hum slightly to herself, rhyming, swaying ways of the consonants, constants, and motions that bring the briars to your aid. Listen, the branches will speak of it. Okay. As you close your eyes and listen, a great trembling passes through you, as if dozens of barbed snakes were burrowed beneath your flesh. Just when you think the pain is more than you can bear, you suddenly instinctively begin humming, the same tune that Revel did, and the pain ebbs. In the distance of the maze, you can hear the clicking of the tree creatures, as if responding to your call. Revel watches you with a curious light in her black-veined eyes. Such power! She gives a soft hiss as if in wonder, and her lips peel back in a smile. It touches all that hear it. You are powerful, my precious man. So powerful. One day, even the plains may bend to your will. I do not wish such a thing, Revel. There are many who would walk that path, but not I. Revel nods, then nods at your hand, which, to your surprise, holds a number of black barbed seeds. Take those seeds, use them as you will, and to this, I grant an additional boon. She plucks a hair from her head and takes a handful of the seeds, places them in her palm, then crushes them. A small trail of blackish blood runs from her hand, but when she opens it, there is no wound, only a necklace of black barbs woven around her, a lock of Ravel's gray hair. Take this. It is off me, and it will serve you well.
Updated my journal.
Save those seeds, precious men. Use not all of them, for they may prove more useful in other places in this maze. But if powerful you are, these places you will find. Very well. I have the questions of you, Ravel. Why did you make me immortal? It's what you wanted, seedling, and you asked so sweetly. Now how could Ravel say no to one such as you? Immortality was your solution and your challenge to me. My solution? But why? I don't know, seedling. Time has chipped away at my memories as well. It would seem... If you remember, tell me. I'm a curious myself. It must have been something important. Isn't it in the nature of a man to want to live forever? Only if what lies on the other path carries greater pain, says Dakon. Ravel, this is very important. Do you have any idea why I asked you to do it? Death was a thing you needed to dodge. An easy thing to say, mayhap, but to do it is not. Immortality, even with its flaws, was the best solution this withered mind could untangle. Yet, lead is not easily changed. Lead is not easily changed to gold, but it is possible. Thought the unwise. Ravel. If water can be drawn from blood, mortality can be taken from a mortal, peeled back like a sticky film. So you pulled it off? The gulf between man and unman is great. You traveled the distance. I provided the means, but you crossed on your own. Ravel slaps her head and rakes her hand through her hair. Bad, Ravel. Mortals are too flawed to be made to last. Still they break. They must be dragged kicking and screaming into an unhealthy new mold. Unhealthy? So the ritual was flawed? Shortcuts must be made, and they can break the molded. For it is not always the mold that breaks, but the substance poured within it. Force something into a shape it was not meant to be, and it breaks. I thought the material was of stronger stuff, but you have been broken. But I am immortal. Surely that was a success? You have survived long, immortal one, but you have become the prey of the creature that is life. She cups her hands and then reverses it, forming a canopy with her hands. The body, she says, is but a hut for the soul. But now no one dwells in your hut. Yeah, what went wrong with the ritual? Puzzle flashed broken. Beautiful, beautiful mortal man. The ritual was not a finished thing. Ravel's brows wrinkle and her talons pick at her hair, tugging on a lone strand. The ritual gave you what you wanted, but great were the costs. The casting of shadows, the quiet, violent deaths of the mind, and the pain-taking emptiness. These things dangerous are in such a fragile vessel, no matter how strong a mortal man. Regret them, and the ritual do I. Oh, she regrets. Oh. Okay, well, with that, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Planescape Torment. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye!